Hi, how are you? I hope that you're very, very well. The world is a strange place right now, isn't it? Since my last video, so much has happened. The West End has closed, and I'm going to do a video about that, and obviously about, as I said, Broadway ushers, how that's affecting performers and people front of house, those kinds of things. So I will be doing a video about that. I have been a little bit unwell myself, but I am on the mend, which is great. I suppose the majority of us are staying in. A lot of people, unless you are key workers in the UK, then you have been told to stay indoors as much as possible. I'll be honest, I've been at home now for, today's my 6th day without going outside, and I have not been bored yet because I have got a whole list of stagey things that I've been doing, and I thought I would share them with you as well. Let's just jump into it. These are some ideas that you can do at home. So what I'm going to do is I've got a huge list of like live streams and productions that you should watch. I've got musicals for you to listen to. I've got stagey things for you to do as well. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So one thing, I love reading, and I actually want to do a video that is kind of all my favourite stagey books, but I thought I would just pull out a couple of books that you might be able to find online, because obviously you're not always able to get to the shop. You can maybe download them on like a Kindle, you can maybe buy them on Amazon to be delivered, but these are 3 of my favourite stagey books. So the first one is Without You, which is Anthony Rapp's memoir. It's a great read. If you're interested in Rent, this is all about the whole run-up of Rent and everything that happened around the original Broadway production. Yeah, honestly, it's a great book, so you should definitely read that. Another is The Prom. So this is based on the musical. The musical came first and then they wrote a book on it. It's great, I love it. What's really cool is it shows like the backstory of like how Emma and Alyssa met and things like that, so it's nice to have a little background, and also it's not very long, so you can kind of read that in a couple of days, which is great. And then my final one is Unnaturally Green, which is by Felicia Ricci, I think that's how you say her name, but she was a girl who did not train in musical theatre, and then she got cast to play the standby alphabet in the San Francisco production of Wicked. Oh, honestly, it's so fascinating, such a good book. It's one of my first stagey books I ever got. I just love it. Yeah, stagey reading. Okay, so another fun thing is, so when I was in high school, I was super extra. I mean, I'm still extra now, but I was like other levels of extra. And I made a musical theatre magazine called Musicalicious, and I thought that could be a fun thing to do if you're super bored at home, make a musical magazine. I did like an audition tips thing. God, look how bad that page was. I made like open auditions. There's loads of things. I did like a costume shop thing. Like honestly, I mean, you can fill up your days. I made like theatre horoscopes. For real? Make a musical magazine. I made this on Microsoft Publisher, I think, and then I just put it all together and got it printed like a little magazine. Well, it was 80 pages. It's not little, but you get the drift. So another thing is Playbill have done like a 30-day song challenge. So if you are a musical theatre performer and you're trying to like work on your repertoire, I know a lot of people in like 3rd year of drama school have just had their classes completely cancelled. So don't use it as an excuse to just sit and watch Disney Plus all day. But trust me, I'll get to Disney Plus. What I would suggest is to get the Playbill 30-day challenge, which is here, and each day work on that song. So you could spend even half an hour to an hour just looking through songs and just working on it. And so there's things like a Disney song, there's things like a song that makes you cry, a song that's an 11 o'clock number, a song with a dance break. So you could just go through and just like add some songs to your repertoire. Just kind of use this as an opportunity to discover new shows and new songs and to add stuff to your repertoire. Make theatre TikToks. My favourite pastime. Do you know what? Like, if you'd have told me 2 months ago, Amy, you would be obsessed with TikTok, I'd be like, no. I'm not 14, but here I am spending hours a day on TikTok, coming up with ideas for TikTok. So honestly, it's great. Here is my TikTok if you want to follow it. There's loads of different things that people do that's really cool though. People do like singing through their dream roles, singing through roles that they got versus roles that they auditioned for. You could rewrite a song about coronavirus. So So I saw on TikTok a girl did Good Morning Baltimore, but she did it about being in quarantine, and I thought it was really funny, and she like rechanged all the lyrics. So you could do that as something fun to do. You could do it with, like, if you're at home with your family, you could like give everyone in your family the same song. So you could give them something like, I don't know, any song, Defying Gravity for example, and everyone has like say half an hour to rewrite the lyrics, and then you will have to perform it for each other, and that could be really fun. I live on my own, so Eugene, are you up for it? I'll take that silence as a no. Puzzles! Everybody loves puzzles. My favorite puzzle is my Playbill puzzle. This is from New York, but I'm sure you can get it online. It's great. It's like my favorite thing ever. So yeah, but if you like don't have the money, you could make a puzzle. So what you could do is print off a picture and then put it on cardboard, stick it all together, and then cut it out and then make a puzzle out of it. So always options if you haven't got the money. Another thing is you could make your own crafts that are like props from shows. So this isn't necessarily from a show, but basically I did a video where I recreated Ben Platt's Instagram pictures. In this picture he had a Trans Rights Are Human Rights cast on. I made my own as well for my picture. Do you know what? It's one of my favourite things I own. Like, it's literally paper covered with toilet roll. I popped it in the oven for like a minute so it would harden up, and then I drew on it. I love it. So you can have fun making your own props. Another idea is to make costumes from the stuff that you've got at home. So you could be thinking it forward ahead to like Halloween. I know it's very early ahead, but you could start thinking of different musical costumes that you could go as for Halloween. And if you're doing it with all things that you've already got in the house, you're doing it on a budget, and it's just kind of engaging your creative mind. So just making sure that you are still engaged and not just like sitting on the TV all day like, because I think we're all one step away from that. Another thing is decorating things in a stage. So I'm quite a creative person. I like to do crafts and things. So my Heather's drawers, a lot of people do know about my Heather's drawers. I've got these drawers and I painted them. So I decorated each drawer with a costume from Heather's. I painted each drawer individually to look like, so this is Heather Duke, for example. And so what you could do is you can buy these like basic, super plain, basic wood things on Amazon, or, well, I suppose Amazon's one of the only places where we can buy things now. But yeah, you could find just like stuff around the house if you've got like some little old drawers or something. It's super easy. I'm a creative person, but I'm not like the best drawer. So I would like just look at the picture and like copy it. So that's an option of something else to do that's like creative. You could organize your theatre merch. I've got loads of merch. Recently I opened my Depop shop and I sold some bits of merch on there. So you could have a clear out, see things that don't fit you anymore, things that you don't really like, pass them over to friends, you know, when we're allowed to see friends again, or pop them on a Depop shop, make a little bit of extra money. You could go through your Playbill collection and look at if you've got any duplicates or shows that you don't really like anymore. You could ask your friends who maybe aren't able to get to Broadway or who don't have any Playbills, see if they want them, pass them over to a friend or something. You could make wall art around your Playbills. So you could, I've seen some people like string them up like this, so you could kind of give your room a little bit of a zhuzh with your Playbills, make your room a bit more stagey. You could use this time to listen to some new musicals. So a couple of new musicals that I think that everybody should listen to. One is Alice by Heart. It's by the same guys who wrote Spring Awakening, and it's beautiful. It's very like pretty harmonies and very cute, and I love it. And another one is Starry. Again, there's lots of beautiful harmonies. It's quite chill to listen to. There's still some moments where you can belt your face off. So yeah, Starry and Alice by Heart are great. You should also listen to the Cher Show, because why not? So there's lots of people, obviously so many actors, well basically all actors are currently out of work. So a lot of people are doing things like workouts in the mornings. So like Vicki Manser, who is in the Beautiful tour, she was in 6, bat out of hell. She is doing workouts in the mornings, doing like a body conditioning workout. So I think it's a good idea to follow lots of musical theatre performers and have a look who's doing workouts. It's a great way to start the day and like really wake yourself up. I think we can all get into a habit, especially when we're not going out every day, of like staying in bed a little bit later each day. So like set your alarm. And if you're doing it with a musical theatre person, it feels more stagey, doesn't it? Also, Jamie Lambert Productions and the Theatre Cafe are doing live streams of performers every day. So you pay and then you can watch like, I think it's like a half an hour or hour long stream of a performer singing. So that's another way that you can support the business and you can still see people singing and whatnot. And it's a great way because a lot of people still don't have the support from the government yet to be able to make any money and to survive. So the little that you can give is going a long way. Now, lots of shows are doing streaming things as well. So Eugenius, for example, have put the show available to watch on Facebook. So Eugenius, as I've told lots of people before, is a great show, one of my favorites. They, as I say, recorded it and they've put it on their Facebook. So they do ask for a donation to the Actors Fund, which I think is the least that we should do for shows being available to watch online. A nice thing to do is to donate however much you can. If you are able to, I would suggest to donate the cost of what you would expect a ticket price to be. So, but there's loads of live streams online, like BroadwayHD are doing streaming, the National Theatre are putting on productions. I really hope that the National put on Hadestown, because how great would that be? I mean, how great would that be? And that now brings me on to my long list of things that you should watch that are stagey. If you're like, listen, hun, with all the will in the world, I'm just not gonna get crafty. That's okay. Some of us are crafters and some of us aren't. That's okay. So I've got a long old list. So Disney Plus came out this week. I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not a huge Disney person, like in the animated sense, but I love the Disney Channel and I love Disney as a company. So I was like, do you know what? They do a 7-day free trial. I'm gonna download it. Hello, I'm obsessed. I think it's great. And they've got a musical section on Disney Plus. Can you ask for anything more? So here is my list of stuff available on Disney Plus, and then I've also got a huge list of just like other things that are available online to watch as well. On Disney Plus, they've got Into the Woods. Now, a lot of people weren't that keen on this production. I liked it. Wasn't my fave, but I still liked it because they did change bits of it. Anyway, but that is available on Disney Plus. There's also The Sound of Music. There is Once Upon a Mattress. The one with Matthew Morrison. There's Mary Poppins Returns. All the High School Musicals. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Honestly, the list goes on and on. But I have to mention, there's a TV show called Encore. I mean, the first episode had me crying a lot. So basically, Kristen Bell, whom I adore. She basically is like the presenter, and essentially it's people who did high school productions of musicals going back like 10, 20 years later and putting on the same production. Honestly, it's epic. One of them, this girl came back and she was like, listen, I know that I wasn't the lead role, but I want this to be my chance and I want to audition for the lead role. And everyone's like, girl, you have to watch Encore. It's so great. But seriously, Disney Plus, I highly recommend. On Disney Plus, Newsies and the live production of Newsies, obviously with Jeremy Jordan and Cara Lindsay. So I definitely suggest watching that. I've never watched the original Newsies, so I'm really excited to watch the original as well. I've got a huge old list of other things that you can watch. The Last 5 Years, the film, it's such a great musical. The Last 5 Years is one of my favorite shows anyway, but this has got Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick playing Janie and Kathy. A lot of people get really down on Anna Kendrick. I think she's great. I really like her in this film, so I definitely suggest it. Cats, the one that's the original of the stage production, I love. Definitely suggest watching that if you can find it online. Apparently the new one is available. I've not seen it anywhere yet. I don't know if it's not available in the UK yet, but that's the thing. So I definitely suggest watching it. Dreamgirls, the film of Dreamgirls is such a good film. Jennifer Hudson, Beyonce, Annika Noni Rose. I mean, you can't really go wrong, let's be honest. Hairspray, we've got Hairspray Live, we've got Hairspray the original movie, we've got Hairspray Hairspray, the musical with Nikki Blonsky. There's so many Hairsprays. You could just spend a week watching productions of Hairspray, honestly. From Here to Eternity, I've spoken a little bit about this before, but From Here to Eternity was a musical based on the film by Tim Rice. It was in the UK. It wasn't like massively popular, but they did a live production of it and it's stunning. Honestly, the choreography alone is just beautiful. It's a great show, so I would definitely suggest watching it if you do get a chance to. I believe it's on Broadway HD, so everything that I'm mentioning is available online. If I can remember exactly where to find it, I will pop it down below. I will leave this list down below as well, because I know I'm saying a lot of things. Billy Elliot Live. So Billy Elliot is the musical that is based on the film, obviously. Now, I like the film, but the show is so much better. I love the show. It's got Ruthie Henshall playing the teacher, and it's just a great show, just a great production. So I definitely suggest watching that as well. And this is a great alternative to watching bootlegs. I know a lot of people will be spending their days watching bootlegs, so please don't. There's so many options of things that you can watch. Kinky Boots. Now, they've just done the London production, and my friend Olivia is in the ensemble, which is really cool. And so yeah, Kinky Boots is another great musical. Do you know what? It's a musical that like gets you in like the feels. One you can watch with the whole family is Falsettos. They did a great production of Falsettos with Stephanie J. Block, Christian Borle, Andrew Reynolds, Brandon Uranowitz, Anthony Rosenthal, Betsy Wolfe, Tracy Thomas. Honestly, the cast list is like epic, and they recorded it, and I think it's available on YouTube even. That's where I watched it, but as I say, I will try and put things down below if I can find where they're from. But yeah, Falsettos, great musical. Legally Blonde. So MTV recorded Legally Blonde. Like, how amazing is that? Back in the day when it was on Broadway with Laura Bell Bundy, Annalee Ashford, Christian Borle again. Now here's the funny thing. Before bootlegs and YouTube were a thing, I had heard that they had this production that they recorded, and I was like, oh my god, I want it so much. I went on eBay and I bought a recording of it that somebody had recorded off their TV, because they put it on MTV, and then this person recorded it onto a DVD and sold it on eBay, and I bought it. I would suggest against that, because it had all the adverts and everything. They didn't even like cut out the adverts. Ridiculous. But I wore out that DVD, honestly. It's a great production though, great recording, and again, it's an amazing way of seeing theatre, the way that the company want you to see it on their terms, and so that they're still making a profit off it. SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical. So Nickelodeon did a recording of SpongeBob. It is available online to watch, so I would definitely suggest watching it. Ethan Slater alone is just incredible. Wesley Taylor. Honestly, it's just such a good cast. I highly, highly recommend it. Yeah, watch SpongeBob. A Chorus Line, the original film, and then also the documentary. Now, the documentary is like, there's so many Stagey documentaries out there. A Chorus Line one is one of my favorites. It's all about the revival on Broadway a few years ago, and it's about like people coming from all over and their journey to Broadway and what they're looking for, and I think it's fascinating. Super, super interesting. Jason Tam gives one of the most heartbreaking and beautiful little segments of monologue as well in it that makes everybody cry. Yeah, it's just great. So yeah, I feel like that's a lot to be getting on with. If I come up with other things, I'll maybe do another of these videos, but I think that's quite a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video brought you some happiness. I know it's a very scary time at the moment. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're all washing your hands. I hope you're all staying in. Yeah, I just hope that you're looking after yourself, and I wish that you and your families are all kept safe and everyone's okay. Yeah, and I hope that we get through this. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't done before, and I will see you soon. Bye!